Hey guys, I'm back for another 10-minute pep talk, and you guys are going to get this episode right before Thanksgiving. So first, I want to wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving, and I hope you have a wonderful time with family and friends. And if you did not listen to last week's coaches podcast, I want to encourage you to do that because all of our coaches give tips and give recommendations on how to offset any weight gain throughout the holidays or even just getting off track in general. I know that historically around this time with Thanksgiving leading up to Christmas and New Year's, that 6-week period can really be kind of a really big setback for most people, and people on average gain anywhere between 10 and 15 pounds throughout that time. So I just want to encourage you to go back last week's podcast and listen to that episode because there's a lot of really good nuggets in there that you can kind of grab a hold of and hopefully apply over these next 6 weeks. So this week, I want to talk about goals. And as we are approaching the new year, I want to make sure that you guys know that I think goal setting is something that is very important, not just at New Year's, but really New Year's is an opportunity to set targets for the new and upcoming year. And I'll share a little bit about something that my wife and I do, and we started doing it probably about 6 years ago. And we call it our family planning. And we meet on January 1, and we just carve out some time. Usually it's actually longer than you would expect it to take, but anywhere between 6 to 8 hours. And really we dive into different areas of our life and we set targets, we set goals for the upcoming year. And this has become something that we really look forward to. It's also been really neat to look back at our goals or our planning from the previous year. And really it forces us to kind of have some great conversations and dream. And so for me, I've kind of realized, that goal setting is something that not only do you want to do in your business, but you want to do in your personal life. And I know when it comes to exercise, it's really about setting a target for where you want to be at the end of the year 2022. Now, some of you are going to hear that and you're going to say, Charlie, I don't do goals. I'm not a fan of that. And others of you are going to be like, great, I'm ready. I've already got my goals. But I want to encourage both of those personalities because the important thing to realize that if you're not a goal setter is that if you are not setting targets, then you're not really aiming at anything. And this gives me an opportunity to kind of talk about something we do here at the gym. And we call them goal review sessions. So anybody who's a member at our gym is going to meet with their coach, their assigned coach, every 90 days to have a goal review session. Now, what is a goal review session? Really, it's an opportunity to have a conversation with a coach, which is somebody who is knowledgeable and can guide you towards whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish in the area of health, fitness, nutrition. But it forces conversations. So if you think about what I do with my wife, it's very similar. It's almost like an annual goal review session. I sit with her, and because we have 4 kids and because we have in our family a lot of different areas that require attention. For example, we talk about travel and vacations for the year, relationships, maybe people we want to visit or people we want to be more intentional about seeing throughout the year. We talk about our health and fitness. We talk about our finances. We talk about our spiritual life. We talk about things that we want to do this year, maybe in remodeling our home or adding different things to our house. And so it forces those conversations. So when we apply that to the gym, and if you're going to the gym and you're not having this opportunity to kind of just like brain dump a little bit and just share your hopes and maybe what you're struggling with or maybe what you hope to accomplish, then that information is not being communicated or even verbalized for you to hear it. And so these quarterly goal review sessions that we do with our members are an effort to proactively make sure that they're on target for where they want to be. And I've learned sometimes that, people don't just open up about these things. We have to ask them and we have to make time for that. And that's why we do it here at the gym, because if you are coming to the gym and maybe you really want to have a pull-up, or maybe you really want to lose 10 pounds, and you're not able to do that for various reasons, well, by sitting down with a coach and expressing those goals, who then is going to follow up with you 90 days later, it gives you that accountability and it gives you the opportunity to get some guidance and direction on those goals. So as you're starting to set goals for the new year, and I would encourage you to find somebody, right? And obviously, if you're a member at this gym, your assigned coach is already going to do this with you. So you're already going to have somebody who you're going to meet with. And the goal review session doesn't need to be something that is a lot of pressure. You don't have to have something specific you're working for. Your goal could just be as simple as continuing to show up at the gym 3 or 4 days a week. Or you could check in with your coach and just say, I'm really happy with where I'm at. And I really kind of hope that next time I meet, I'm still doing what I'm doing. So it doesn't necessarily always have to be more or, accomplishing something. It could just be maintaining, and that's okay too. But if you are somebody that is not a member at the gym and you are setting goals, I would encourage you to share that with somebody, preferably somebody who can hold you accountable and who is knowledgeable enough to guide you a little bit and give you some direction. I know for me, I love having accountability, and anytime I'm hoping to accomplish something, I'll share it with somebody. I have, a business coach. Obviously in my marriage, I have goals in my marriage and in my family, and my wife is great at just reminding me or just holding me accountable, not even so much by saying anything, just by her presence and her leadership in my life. And so, but we need to have those types of relationships in our life. And so here at the gym, we obviously create that for our members. But if you're listening to this and you have no direction as to where to start with goal setting, I would focus first on exercise, right? Like what are you doing right now in terms of exercise? Or look in the rearview mirror. What have you done in the year 2021 in terms of exercise? And are you happy with what you've done? So if you're not working out, well, maybe the goal would be to start doing something. And it could be, yes, sign up at a gym, hire a personal trainer. It could also be, I just want to go out and I want to move 3 times a week for 20 to 30 minutes. So your goal is unique to you and it needs to fit your lifestyle. The second part to that is nutrition. And if you know my story, you've heard me say, the first thing I did was cut soft drinks out. And that was when I was 18 years old. So that was over 20 years ago. And I was drinking 5 or 6 Cokes a day. And it wasn't January 1st. This was actually February of the year 2000. And I was just not happy with where I was. So the first thing I did nutritionally was cut soft drinks. And I don't really think I made any other major nutrition changes for the better part of 6 months. And then the other part to that was I started running 2 miles about 3 times a week. So I couldn't run. I was not a good runner. I could barely make it down the block, but that was my first step. So if you think about that in terms of goals, I set an exercise goal of running 3 times a week for 2 miles. And walking, of course, is fine because I wasn't capable of running for 2 miles. And then I set a nutrition goal by cutting soft drinks out. And if you start with those 2 things, like setting an exercise goal and a nutrition goal, and I would encourage you, if you're doing the goal review sessions here at the gym, to do that with your coach, is set an exercise goal and a nutrition goal. And set the goals on things that you can control. For example, I can control if I go out and run 2 miles. I can't control if I'm going to lose 10 pounds from it. I can control if I put soft drinks in my body or if I don't put soft drinks in my body. But I can't control if my waist is going to shrink by 2 inches. So I like to set targets and goals on things that I know I can control, meaning that it's based on my decisions and the results of those are not based on my control. But I can ultimately control what's going to get me the results. So I hope this speaks to you today. I hope as we approach the new year, you're starting to think about goals. And I hope if you're a member at this gym that you take advantage of those goal review sessions. And so make sure you're meeting with your coach, make sure you're having a conversation and at least expressing what you would like to accomplish in the next 90 days. All right, guys, have a happy Thanksgiving and enjoy time with friends and family. And we'll be back next month and for more interviews, great stories on the podcast, and some more coaches podcast and another 10-minute pep talk. All right, have a great day. Bye.